Alright guys, so now it's time for us to finally apply the things that we went ahead and prepared ahead of time to the actual ribs. I would say meat, but I've already put the marinade on the steak. The chicken's good. So now we're going to actually put everything together on the ribs. The first thing you definitely want to do, and as you can see I have half a slab of ribs here because again I'm going to do half a slab of barbecue and half the other slab of teriyaki ribs. So you want to start by putting some oil on your meat here. You don't really need that much, just enough to kind of coat the outside of it. That's going to help to seal in the moisture just a little bit. Again, this is olive oil that I'm using, so it's going to add extra flavor to it. And of course you want to do that first before you start putting your seasonings and everything else on, so that way it will stick better and it helps to make it easier to put on the grill when you get ready to grill it. So next I'm going to apply my seasonings, and as you can see here I've already prepared the seasoning rub that I'm going to put on the ribs. You can put whatever seasonings you desire. I just put a little bit of paprika in here, some pepper, salt, and a little bit of brown sugar. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that to my rib, both sides of course. Flip it over and repeat the same step. You don't really want to make your seasoning too salty. You do want to add flavor to it, so you don't want to be skimpy on the salt. However, you don't want to add too much to it because you have to remember that the barbecue is going to also add flavor to the ribs, and you don't want the seasoning itself to kind of overpower the barbecue. You want a nice even balance of flavor, as well as the barbecue or whatever sauce that you're going to place over your ribs after it gets done cooking. Now I'm going to put the veggies that we prepped for the barbecue ribs. I'm just going to sprinkle it over the rib. You can be very generous with this. It's not going to do anything to really harm it. If anything, help. Okay, so once you've done that, as you can see, I am using aluminum foil. You might be wondering why. I use a different method as far as cooking my ribs. I'm not sure if everyone does this, but I kind of sort of pre-cook my ribs in the oven before I actually put them on the grill. This is going to help to seal in the flavor as well as make your rib tender. And there you have it. So that one's ready to go. And we'll bring the next one over. And again, basically what we're going to do here is repeat the same steps. However, using obviously the seasonings that will go with the teriyaki rib. I'm going to rinse my little spoon off that I was using for the seasonings. with the barbecue ribs, so that way I don't really mix the two together. Again, I'm going to rub it down. Okay. Again, I have my pre-made seasoning mix here. And this is white pepper, salt, a little bit of Sazon Goya seasoning. Has really good flavor in it. Veggies. Alright, so this one is ready to be sealed up as well. Of course, the oven should be preheated to no less than 400 degrees. Standard cooking temperature is normally 350, but remember, we're not going to really cook these in the oven. They will cook some, yes, but we're not trying to cook them all the way. We're just basically, this is a faster method of marinating the seasonings, and also it helps to tenderize the ribs. So normally I would put it on 500 degrees, leave it in there for about 30 minutes, take it out, and then at that point they'd be ready to put on the grill. Because it's so hot here in Florida, I have my oven set to 425, and I'm going to leave it in there for about the same time. Now, it may not come out as tender, falling off the bone ribs as the 500 degrees. However, it still will be tender, and it still will, again, seal in the flavor. Okay, so the ribs are out of the oven. I did let them go a little bit longer because I was preoccupied trying to prepare other things for the grill, as well as our side items that we will be having or eating tonight, as well as tending to the children. Of course, my husband is not like in the living room or what have you. So I believe this is the one that will be the barbecue ribs. Let's see if I can turn them over. And I'm trying to do this with one hand. I'm handling the tongs with my left hand, trying to hold the camera with the right. But you guys can see, let's zoom in here. That is the rib. And I wish I had better lighting in here, but I don't. But yeah. So some people would eat it like that. I like mine to be a little bit more done. And I like the char to be on them from the grill, as well as the hickory taste. So there you have it. That's one. And it does seem like it's brown, a little brown, especially here on the edge right here. And that's probably from the brown sugar that I mixed into the into the rub. So that's that one. All right, now here's the second one, which will be the teriyaki ribs. And these are practically, they did pretty much cook all the way, which is fine. I'm fine with that. Again, as long as it's tender. And even here, I can zoom in a little bit closer. You can see where it's starting to fall off a little bit, so that lets you know that it's nice and tender. So I'm going to try to flip these over. Again, I'm working with my left hand here, and that's the top part of it. And again, these are the teriyaki ribs you see here. All of that extra stuff on top I am going to scrape off. I guess if you wanted to leave it on, you could. It will burn more than likely on the grill. But you could take it off and add it to some sauce or to the teriyaki sauce and have like a nice little sauce on the side to maybe dip your ribs in, or to create some different sauce, maybe for some rice, you know, whatever your choice is. But yeah, there you have it. So they are ready to go to the grill. All right, guys, so this is a finished product of the ribs. See if I can zoom in here. This is your barbecue rib here. Doesn't that look good? And this is your teriyaki rib. Now, it was falling apart while cooking it on the grill. I don't know if it's still going to fall apart like that. But even here, when you get past the part on the outside, that's a little tough. Of course, you can see, I'm just going to open this one area up here, if I can get that to hold. Again, I'm working with one hand. Let me zoom in for you guys real quick. Because certain parts are charged, so it may seem tough, but again, if you look at the juice on that, I should tell you that it's still very juicy on the inside. And you can even see it's a little grainy because of the steam, guys, but you can see the pockets of juice on the inside, which should let you know that yes, it's still juicy. Let's go ahead and patch that on back up. And the same thing with the barbecue. I don't really want to mess that one up, but yes, this is the end result of the ribs that I prepared for you guys. I prepped my veggies. I showed you how I applied the oil, the seasoning, and the veggies on top of aluminum foil, wrapped it up, put it in the oven, brought it out the oven, and threw it on the grill. So here you go. I have other meat on the grill, so I gotta run, guys.